Hey guys, and welcome to Coaster Tycoon 3. I am Jeffries, and today I'm going to be playing my all-time favourite PC game. A lot of you will be thinking, how does he go from playing Halo and COD and FIFA and PES to this? Well, this is the game I've been waiting to play for you guys for well over a year now, to be honest. Coaster Tycoon is my all-time favourite game. I love the idea of building roller coasters. I love riding roller coasters, and I just love being around roller coasters, really. So I've decided. A lot of people I've seen start on Vanilla Hills, but that's not me. I have played Vanilla Hills so many times now. In fact, I was playing it just yesterday morning. Did the whole scenario in about 20 minutes. It's fine. So I have decided instead I'm going to start on Box Office. This is a park that I don't really play that often. I don't really remember it that well, to be honest. All I really remember is there's a monorail running around the outside, and it's an old film studio. So, without any more delay, here we go. Let's get started. So, I've got to get a park rating of 300, and I have Cameo arriving. So, I think the first thing we're going to do is have a look at what rides we've already got. I think it is just the monorail we have. Yeah, it looks like it's just the monorail. Looking at how much money we have, and looking at the state of the monorail, only one train. I'm going to change that. Let's do 3 trains. Gets that bit started. Greater capacity. Also £3 a go. If you have all 3 trains full, you think how much money that is that you're earning. So yeah, build a bit of a queue. But not too big a queue that guests start complaining, because the worst thing to happen is having complaining guests. Get some staff in. Definitely get the handyman in. An idea I had, any of my subscribers or commenters wish for this to happen, is I'm going to take suggestions as to what to call my staff members. Only appropriate names, of course. This is a family-friendly channel. Just a bit of interaction with the viewers, and I'm crap at thinking up the names. So yeah, anyone got any ideas for what I can call my staff, feel free to let me know, drop me a comment or a message, and come the next video, your guy could be in the game. I'm just going to save this quickly, make sure that we don't lose any files. Right, now that's done. The monorail is improved somewhat, in that it's got a great capacity now. I think the next thing to do is to actually build a ride. Just looking at what sort of land we have. I'm going to try and stay away from this mountainy bit, I think, for now. I might even reroute the monorail to avoid it as well. I might reroute the monorail to go across this area here. Reason being, as nice as it is, it's really difficult to build a ride in at the moment, and come later on in the scenario I might put a roller coaster in here. Blockbuster roller coaster. For now, I mean, it's too difficult to get a ride in there with the amount of money I've got. And as you can see, I'm losing. Lost over 1,000 last month. Although, that's all gone in staff training, so that's my fault, that one, basically. Actually, rerouting the monorail, I think, should come high up on my priorities list. Reason being, it keeps the ride shorter, so you can get more people through. And also, it clears up that space. So, if I do then decide I want to put a ride in, it means I haven't got to worry about putting it all around the monorail, and you end up with a really messy ride if you start playing around with things like that. when I'm building rides, I like to have the space first and the ride after. Too many times in parks I've ended up with really bad looking rides because I've just had to cram it in any space available. So I'm going to keep these rides separate, I think. Right, so I need to get this track from here to there. I'm tempted to go around this bit again and just link it up there, because I've cut out all this bit here. But then having said that, I don't think there's any tunnels on this track. So not such a bad idea would be to have a tunnel. I have got the soaked and wild expansion packs, so I can make tunnels on here if I wish. So I might just do that. Let's just stick this through. What level have I got to get down to? 2. What am I at now? 16. So I can drop this down like that. Oop, that's way too far. To there. So I just do a bit of tidying up after that, because that was crap, to say the least. Just gonna lift this land back up. Just lift that a little bit up. So I don't like this on Roller Coaster Tycoon, where it does custom landscaping, or like automatic landscaping, because it doesn't do it on levels that you can control yourself. It does it on these semi-levels, and then you have to correct them, otherwise you end up with this weird like step sort of shape in the land, which I hate that. I don't want that at all in my parts. It just looks ugly. So yeah, just keep bringing this out like that, join it up, bingo. Black lights in the tunnel. Don't like lights in tunnels unless it's pathway or something like maybe a ride that does require lights inside. The reason being that even like railways and that, if you're on a train and you go in the tunnel, you don't have lights all along the side of the tunnel. You might have in the train, but it's not quite the same. It's just keeping that little bit of realism. If you go into a tunnel, it's going to get dark. And especially on roller coasters and things like that, you have that little extra fear factor built into the ride by not being able to see what's coming next. Right, so Studio Tour is reopened, and there's 4 people queuing for it already, which actually was quite good. Something else you'd have noticed actually in doing that, getting rid of all that track, is I've made some money back. I've got £2 grand more than I had beforehand, which, any pound right now can be spent. So it's a big bonus to have that kind of money knocking around. Especially as you'll see now, if I go onto the flat rides list, flat ride normally is less than £1,000. So if you've got any kind of strategy like that, deleting a little bit of track, rerouting a ride, to even get like a couple of £100, you can end up building a ride from that, which can make you £2,000–3,000. So it's definitely worth thinking about. Now, I have got a top spin selected. I'm trying to find somewhere good to put it. To be honest, this flat bit of land up here, I could probably get a roller coaster in here actually. What type of roads have I got available? I can put a freefall, reverse freefall in. These are all big rides really, like an inverted coaster you tend to think of as being a big ride. Flawless roller coaster is a big ride. A giga coaster is a huge ride. It takes up a lot of space. So I think I'll leave out the roller coasters just for now. I'll go to the Wild West bit, which was up here. I haven't really got any room for rides up here. It's a bit disappointing. See, I could use a little cheat that I've picked up in playing this game, and that's if you're a bit short of money, you break the bank a little bit, but you build a swimming pool, and then you charge around like £3 or £4 to get in, and you make an absolute ton of money from doing that. Because you get loads of guests arrive in your park as well, because they just all flood in to go in your water park. Which, I mean, it's brilliant, but at the same time, it's a little bit of a cheat. So it's up to you guys whether you want to play at the game like that or not. I might do as this goes on. You never know. I might decide that I need a little bit of extra money. I don't really want to be sitting around waiting to get money because, you know, that's not really an entertaining video at all. So yeah, I might just build a little water park up in this corner here maybe. Yeah, actually I think I will do that. Yeah. In the meantime, I'm going to put in this swinging inverter ship. Again, it's a good little money maker. It's got a quick ride cycle. Doesn't tend to take up too much space. It's a thrilling ride, so guests are willing to pay a fair amount of money to go on it. And yeah, you know, it's a good ride. It's a good ride. It's a good way to make money. You see, at the moment, I can charge probably £3, same price as the monorail for this ride, and you know, guests are willing to pay for it. And also, actually, I've only just noticed this, but it's pretty good placement. It's an enticement to get guests to spend money on the monorail as well, because as you can see, the monorail station is here, and the new ride is here, so it's right next door, which is brilliant in some ways because it does make guests use the monorail in order to get there. That's something I really do like about this game. I've played Coaster Tycoon 2 as well, and I even played the first one. And something I noticed, which I'm sure other people have picked up on, is it doesn't always, like, guests don't always use transport rides as a form of transportation, if that makes sense. Like, they might go on the ride because they like railways and that's about it. So, what I have decided, or what I've noticed, I don't even know what I'm talking about now, what I have noticed is, in this game, guests are a lot more willing, let's say, to use a railway or a chairlift or a monorail or a boat, let's say, to get from one side of the park to the other. So if they're standing at the entrance and the roller coaster they really want to go on is at the back of the park, and there's a boat that goes from the front to the back of the park, they will take that boat in order to get to that roller coaster. Which, I mean, that's what a transport ride is, isn't it? That is exactly what a transport ride does. It takes guests from one area of the park to the other. If you're at a theme park like, let's say, Alton Towers, you want to use the Sky Ride to get from the entrance to, say, where Nemesis is. Forbidden Valley? Yeah, Forbidden Valley. So, I mean, that's what it's there for. It's transportation. It takes you from one area of the park to the other. So, yeah, it's all handy that the monorail station is there. Right. I'm not the best at coming up with names for rides, so this one's just going to be called Inverter. It's not going to have music playing, not yet anyway. I'm just going to get it open. I'm not even happy with these fences, but it's the closest thing I can get to really what I wanted. I wanted sort of like an adventurous tribal sort of fence, and it's obviously not unlocked yet on this game, so for now, this will do here. See, straight away, guests are queuing up for it. £3 a pop. However many people are queuing for it, it's good. 11 people are queuing for it, which £3, that's 33 quid already just from these people going on it here, and this is the first wave. You see all these people coming off the monorail. If every single one of those goes on that ride as well, we're looking at a couple of £100 within the first few minutes of opening. And if I go back on the list and you see how much the ride's worth, £424. So anything over that, and we're in profit. Obviously, you've got ride running costs as well, which do get taken off. But that shouldn't have too much of an impact on the ride. Once it's open, it's a money maker. Talking of money makers, one of these studio buildings here, I might use this one just because it's already open and it's quite easy to get to, and it's got 2 squares. Food courts. These are another huge money spinner. In fact, before I start doing that, I'm going to put some conveniences. This is just me. You don't have to do this.